The book Kyballion starts by correlating to a famous quote, "When the student is ready, the teacher appears." It includes 7 hermetic principles that form the foundation of how the universe operates. The principle of mentalism is the first hermetic principle that says all is in the mind. For instance, everybody have a different perception of reality depending upon their past experience. So the real image of the reality is distorted and it adds on to the old existing beliefs that are already there. J. Krishnamurti, one of the most renowned thinkers of 20th century, talks about how an observation is converted into thoughts. This picture illustrates a simple 4-step process of how we think and act. The first is the observation, then the thoughts, then the emotions, and then the action. Like say, you look at a dark room, which is the observation. Then you say it's a danger, which is a thought or idea that someone told you. You feel frightened, which is an emotion, and you never want to go into it, no matter what, which is how you want to act. Thought and emotion are making people to act in a number of ways. People are so stuck to their old belief that they are so fearful to come out of it. He talks about how important it is to set aside these mental blocks and take a fresh look of what is right now. Please sit and think deeply about this cycle. This is my personal experience where I was constantly trying for 6 months to find this cycle in certain areas of my life. Just think about how you're thinking and see if you really want to think that way. This principle encourages you to set aside your belief system that have no foundation and use your phenomenal ability, that is your own imagination. Anything you see, an automobile, a mobile phone, has first come in the mind of some man and then got its physical manifestation. Get a crystal clear image of what you want. Use your own imagination faculty and start creating your reality. Moving on to the next hermetic principle, that is the cause and effect law. To put it in simple words, what you give is what you get back. People often complain, I put in a lot of hard work, but I'm not getting any positive results. Why this law doesn't work for many is because they fail to take action consistently. The aim is to help people to see the old programming in their subconscious mind. The life that they have now is because of the action or inaction based on their belief system. Their negative programming disturbs their clarity of thoughts, resulting in inefficient action. For example, a man aims at 50% increase in the sales and receive 20%. Most fail to acknowledge it. Some fully give up, and others constantly brood over it. Instead, train your mind to show gratitude to the outcome that you have right now and look for what you can add on to it to get your expected results. Law of correspondence. This law states, as above, so below, as below, so above. Physical, mental, and spiritual plane are interconnected. Means what you see in the outer world is the manifestation of your inner world. If you're happy from inside, then the outer world looks beautiful. When something looks not right, then go back to your subconscious and take a hard look at your existing belief and what you're holding on to. The idea of correspondence relates to yin and yang, to see the good in the bad and the bad in the good. This looks a bit weird at first. With practice, you can tune your mind to see it and stay at peace with all kinds of circumstances. Consciously choose what you want and extract it from the outer world. To do this, first feed your mind with a lot of related information to what you want to attract, like say better health, certain volume of money, healthy relationships. Then keep a closer look at how your mind is forming newer thoughts and patterns in response to this. Slowly and steadily, you can bring the paradigm shift. Every truth is half false and every false is half true. People often tend to get attached to one side of an experience, like say happy and sad, good and evil. There is a huge number of varying degrees in between these two. This law talks about transmuting, that is converting between the poles. Let's see how you use it in your daily life. Imagine you're trying to build a business. How much ever you try hard, there are times you have to face the lows. It is an inevitable part of the process. How you handle this makes a huge difference. If you handle it from an anger frequency, then you're going to attract results that's going to give you more anger. That doesn't mean that you act like everything is going well, but it is for you to accept and make peace with every part of the experience. You can extract the lessons and use it as a data for your next venture. Fear of failure can make people stick to wanting success all the time. But in reality, success and failure, happy and sad, go in a cycle. The art is to stay at ease with both success and failure to reach your goal. Law of vibration. Everything is vibrating. Matter, mind, energy, light, and sound. Feeling is nothing but a vibration. Every emotional state, like happy, sad, anger, is vibrating at its own rate. Now, a person who mastered this law can change his or her frequency. You can apply this law through visualization. Like say, you want a big home. Then visualize and create that feeling and put yourself in that vibration. Make your dream more specific. Imagine the color of the wall, the flooring, the number of rooms. Now when you do this, you have to fight all those resistance in you and push off all the logic buttons. When your mind reaches that state of vibration, it sends message to your body to take the required action and enrich you to see all the opportunities that are needed to reach your goal. You must realize that it's a mind game. When it is in your mind, then it is materially manifested to you. Principle of gender. This is the male and the female. We have the male brain and the female brain, which is also called as the yin and the yang. The male brain has needs for power, money, need for self-expression, and the speed. The female brain has needs for love, security, and health. This is where some people tend to incline too much towards love and they feel so fearful to explore, or they are so worried about the consequences. On the other side, some people lean too much towards money and power and they don't care about the moral values. The ideal mental state is to have a balance. We need to have a certain plan to bring this balance. In day-to-day life, the step number 1 that you can take is to choose the needs that you want to satisfy, and step 2 is to prioritize them. And step 3 is to distribute your energy to varying needs of love, money, and so on. Next is the principle of rhythm. It is closely related to the principle of polarity. This law says that everything has a pattern or a path that they follow. Take any aspect of life, let it be sport, let it be business, economy, health, relationships. They all happen in a particular pattern. If we want to master anything, we need to get used to this pattern of rise and fall. Everything has an opposite. Do not take your fears personally or think it is your fault. and not to be overwhelmed by success, getting overconfident. Do not get swayed by this pendulum movement. When things take a turn, let it go. Acknowledge that nature is calling for a change, to grow up. Rise above your failure.